So, once again, I'll quit the game just really quick just to clear the memory lease because the game could crash. Okay, so start new game.
Not to worry, Glitch Witch, we will not be getting mission at all. You're in for a treat, believe me. If you ever played this game before, your mind's fucking blown.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of fun. Oh yeah, I have to go back, name the character. Darth Revan. Alright, I'm all ready. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay.
Alright, so the very first trick you see here is he does a save buffer as soon as the game loads in. What he does is he mashes the quick save, which delays a cutscene into a buffer, and then he reloads the quick save before the cutscene gets the opportunity to start. This cancels the cutscene starts and allows him just to get right into the game, skipping the initial section, which is usually about 15 seconds. Because of the character build, he already has the necessary skills to security through this door and get immediately into the first hallway cutscene. So, it's very fast-paced, as you'll begin to see. And get a good first section, avoided the backpack cutscene. And he was able to do this by equipping Trask with 2 blasters, which allowed him to kill the Sith fast enough to avoid taking the damage. Here's the first event of another major glitch you can throughout this run, called an AMP, or Anywhere Mini Glitch. This was discovered by me about 2 months ago. It allows us to unpause the game during a cutscene. It uses this to position his characters into advantageous positions to quickly clear this intersection. And he did that great. Wow, 110 RTA.
Jedi fight's no good, but that's okay. Wasted only like 3 seconds there. That Jedi fight's RNG, by the way.
Yeah, which is really funny. It lasts an insane amount of time.
Yeah, you can lose a lot of time to that fight, even though you don't actually fight it.
For our first level up here, he takes 2-weapon fighting, because we're going to do kind of, it used to be alternative, but now it's a rather mainstream strategy on Taurus for getting some high damage output. We have another buffer there to skip Trask death, so Trask does not die, which is super nice. And we're on the move. This is actually a pretty darn good Spire. I'm impressed.
That was good.
For sure.
You've made it just in time.
Alright, and so we loot that Sith Commander corpse there for the gear that we're basically going to be using for most of Taurus, namely the prototype Fiber Blade. No, we will not be using the load remover for this, because since it is a marathon, RTA is the real-time attack is what they care about.
I do still have live split up, though, like load remover. Alright, we're introduced to Karth here, and we get him in our party, because he's very important. You could technically skip this cutscene, but we don't want to do that, because we want Karth with us.
Right, you alien scum.
This is another cutscene you can also skip. We actually skip this cutscene in all quests and no major skips, but in any percent we actually watch this cutscene because we want the experience from these guys for a very important glitch later on. Also, no Sleemo, rip. Runs bad already.
I'm not blessed. Experience is very important in this initial part of the run, because we need to get enough experience to be able to perform a level up glitch that is really a sight to see once we get there.
So I actually manually saved the game there because I'm going to be doing a very important glitch later on that actually involves that manual save. It won't be until a while from now, but it will come in handy.
So, he did not do the optional first shop. A lot of times, many of the other runners do. He's doing all of his shopping right here at Zelka, where he's going to sell a bunch of the stuff that we don't need to give him an obscene amount of credits this early in the game. And then he's going to buy a ton of stimulants, because using drugs, kids, is the way to win, I suppose.
And we have Karth move, like, really fast here.
What?
That was another bout of experience. You'll see all the level ups go by super fast because we get a lot of practice leveling up, as we'll see later. Oh, do you not level up here? Do you do it later?
I'm gonna do it inside the apartment instead.
Oh. HK-47 is not used in this run, unfortunately.
No, but he is used in all quests.
Ready.
Done.
Please.
So there's
Nice.
some strange glitches you can do with HK-47 that are a lot of fun, but kind of beyond the scope of this run.
So I went to go kill a person named Largo there for, once again, more experience. And I'm using Karth to get into this apartment here because I don't want to trigger a cutscene with the main character.
Well, the main reason that we don't have HK-47, Drumbird, is because, we just don't need him. Honestly, the entirety of Tatooine, we could just kind of skip into the final area using a fancy little glitch that you'll get to see when we get there, and finish the planet in like 3 minutes flat. So, HK is well beyond the scope of any percent. Unfortunately, it really is, you know, he's here in our hearts.
Time. Ready.
And, we have to get rid of those men there for more experience.
Yes, we do, Drumbird. He is required.
And, I'm transporting back to the hideout and then transporting back for a waypoint later on.
Yeah, because the mass transit system in this game is very exploitable, and it only gets more insane from here on out. And we're going to be using it a ton to basically teleport all over the place.
And I've entered solo mode here because I'm using the main character right here, or we should say Darth Revan, because that's our character's name, for the incentive. So that's what I will be calling her. And we're using Karth and Darth Revan to get all the experience we need for a very important glitch you're about to see in a little bit.
We do get Jolie into Drumbird. He is also required. And, well, also, do you use him for the last Malik fight, or do you do something else?
I do use him for the last Malik fight.
He's going to be very important, actually. Jolie. Everybody's favorite grumpy old man.
Alright, and I got a level up, so it's exactly what I need. Turn off solo mode
Like
here.
11 Volkers, too.
Alright, explain this complicated glitch lane. Fake level up.
Alright, the fake level up. One of the most complex and dreaded glitches of the 80% route. It's been around for, well, several years now. So, essentially what's happening is we're doing another anywhere menu glitch, which is, again, that's activated by hitting Alt F4 during a save or a load. This unpauses during the save or load. Since we're in a flipped pause state, we can unpause while the character menu is open. Being unpaused while the character menu is open lets us swap our character during a level up, where the script that consumes the level up is consumed on Karth instead of us. Because it's not consumed on us, we can level up infinitely. Well, pseudo-infinitely. The game crashes around level 103. So here, 30 is going to very quickly level to level 88. This is going to give him about 234 skill points that he's going to put into some very important skills to allow him to do things such as hacking computers at a godly pace, opening impossible doors, as well as healing himself, but all the way full of 1 med pack, and persuading basically everybody in the game. It's insane. So yeah, it's the fake level up, which we usually just call the flu. So it's flu season right now. And while he does this, well, actually, he's remarkably fast. This would have been an alright time for donations, but I suppose we can go ahead and take a few.
Well, I haven't gotten any donations in just yet, but do keep in mind that there is a bid war for Pokemon Let's Go coming up for the trainer name, the rival name, Eevee, Starmie, the rival in Pokemon Red, as well as Nidoran and the Flyer in Red. Also Paris in Red. So do get your donations in for that. Also, we still have some goals that haven't been met, so you could definitely get donations in for those. So keep them coming in. We have hit $7,500, and we are wanting to hit that $10,000 goal, so that way we can save Dr. B's beard.
For sure. It's a good cause, guys. Thank you so much, Sonic. So yeah, here we've used the 9v1 security we got to break into the Beck base without doing any of the plot stuff. And we're just gonna go straight into Gaddon's office. And you're usually only supposed to be in here after completing a quest that makes him hostile. So this will allow us to kill him much earlier than we're supposed to.
And he's dead. And now we just leave.
Yeah, we just run in, we kill him, and we leave. No explanation. And because we killed them, suddenly the Volcars will be very happy to let us race for them.
This run doesn't make running this game. The game doesn't make any sense. That's why it's just so silly.
Yes, Cavi. Often, Cavalier, dark side is often faster, though in the end we will end up light side. So, you know, it just kind of works out that way. It's a very convoluted run. We can get away with a few dark actions for the sake of speed early on.
Done.
So, we do some more breaking and entering, and they just decide to let us participate in a race for us, because what else would you do for an intruder? Also, Chaos, is your mic active? Because you've been rather silent.
Uh-oh.
Ooh, yeah, I think there might be something wrong with his equipment on his end, because...
Can you hear me now?
Yes, there you are. Sorry, I was like, Chaos has been so silent.
I've been talking a lot, and I'm like, man, no one's responding to me. So sad. I had my mic muted from when I sneezed earlier.
Oh wow, I'm sorry.
Good. So yeah, it's this is a run, and honestly, you're on a crazy good time.
Thanks.
Also, we really don't want to do these races, so we can actually just go and pretend that we did the race and failed 3 times, and then we just have to do it just once.
Yeah, there you go. So yeah, that was another glitch that I found about a month and a half ago, where because in the default game, if you're so bad at swoop racing and you fail the first race 3 times, you only have to win once in order to complete the quest. We're artificially failing the race by breaking the conversation before it actually puts us in the swoop fight. So that way we don't have to do this for that race, and we only do 1 lap, and we're done.
There's actually a lot of little tech to that swoop bike race. I think you can get down to a 21, can't you?
On Terrace, the lowest possible is 22, I think 1, 2.
Please take me to Koth right away.
Oh,
Between
okay.
the 3 of us, I'm sure we can figure out some way to
Oh,
get off
Shoal.
this
Yeah,
place.
Shoal in chat there. He did a run the other day, and I was giving him some critique on it, and it may have been a little harsh about his swoop race, which I apologize for.
Not.
So we do a little buffer there to skip a conversation, and that way we can just immediately leave. And then there's that transit that 30 set up earlier that we're just going to transit right back to. So that way all we have to do is just walk right on over to the zip. You don't have to get T3 because we can already open impossible doors, so we just walk right on over, break in, and, well, we're going to do some more funky stuff here in a moment.
Breaking into a military establishment, you know, good stuff. Also, so yeah, I said that, the lowest you can get on Taurus in casual play is 22 something. But the world record is actually around 12 seconds, held by me, using a very complex, well, not a super complex glitch, but a very funny and long drawn-out glitch to speed up your bike. Which is, it's something else.
Long drawn out glitch is an understatement, honestly. I spent almost hour and a half on it, and I only got down to 14 seconds. It was pretty crazy.
So anyway, we broke into a military base, we deactivated security, and 30 here is saving that Duros from the first scene that we grenaded at the beginning of the run. This will give us some light side points and a little bit of XP to put us just over the line to be able to use some gear later. Here,
set up another AMG here to skip this droid.
The hardest fight in the run.
So yeah, the Sith Governor fight is a run killer if there ever was one. He can be very RNG heavy. We try and grenade him. None of the grenades go for 30, which is unfortunate. And Bastila is already stuck.
Some good damage though.
But that was a good fight.
A lot right now.
Ooh, that was pretty good.
But yeah, this is going to be the last combat we're going to have until the Leviathan, which is about 3 planets later. For some runners, it's not until the Starforge, but 30 doesn't do an optional strat for the Leviathan, so... Oh yeah, it could have gone much, much worse. 30 is actually getting a lot of luck right here. So one of the hardest parts about this game is getting your party members to follow you, which there's lots of ways that aid this, namely looking at them and quick saving and quick loading a lot can help.
There's also a brand new glitch that we've been kind of tinkering with called the Gather Your Party glitch, but I don't think it's really gonna come.
Yeah, the only real place it's useful is just, on Taurus if you're really thinking on your feet, which we're already kind of past that. Yeah, the gift warp is a newer tech.
It's a lot more useful in KOTOR 2 than it is in 1. Nah. Karth not following me, but it's fine. Didn't waste too much time.
So we're using Bastila for movement here because she has force speed.
Ah.
We're also unequipping everything off of her, so that way we can A, sell the stuff, and B, make sure that she's not going to be super strong.
Yeah, selling her belongings is, always a great strat.
Light side points, man. Now this is arguably probably one of the most fun sections of the whole run for the speed run because you go through so many glitches back to back to back.
Yeah, blink and you'll miss it. So first we do a free look AMG to skip this cutscene. And then we're immediately going to jump in and do another AMG to steal the Ebon Hawk while we're getting a tour of Davik's base. And then 30's going to equip the Sith armor, so that way he can keep it for a glitch that we're going to do later. And we're going to do yet another glitch where we map see a skip another cutscene. This is done by clicking the map button before the load is finished and hitting the return to Ebon Hawk, which is, again, abusing the mass transit system, like I said before. And just like that, we skipped basically the entire end section of Taurus in about 20 seconds.
Yep. This is KOTOR speedruns, guys. It's really, really fun. And it's very glitchy.
Did you already bring up save teleports, Mike?
I was gonna bring them up once they started happening, because right now, it's just buffers. I mean, we could talk about them, I suppose.
Yeah, we've got a little bit of time here, so it's basically like as you're moving forward, if you hold down both mouse buttons and you're quick saving, you can basically run through all the buffer areas.
Oh yeah, that's
later on in the
buffering,
run.
yeah.
Right, but later on during the run, those teleports are going to get longer and longer and longer and longer, and will allow us to traverse pretty long distances.
Oh yeah, because what will happen is that as the save file gets larger and the load screen gets longer, the game, during the half pause state, it forgets about your velocity, and so it just kind of launches you forward. Again, we'll see that later on.
I wish you.
So what we're about to see here is we're about to become a Jedi in about a matter of seconds by doing a skip called the montage skip. Which used to be
Are
very...
you going to aim for safety or no?
Nope.
Oh, he's going for it.
What a baller.
Only hope you approve of the request.
I got it.
Whoa, look at that. So,
Wow, that's crazy. That's really tight window.
yeah, he did it the old way, which I sucked at doing that way. Anyway, so we're a Jedi now, after like no time at all.
And we got a level up there too, so that's really good.
Yeah, we're on track for XP and everything. Hey, Will's in chat. Good to see you, Will.
Will's another one of our runners, and he just loves the torture of all quests.
Now he's retired. Now he's on to ukulele.
Oh yeah. Oh, and
Hey,
Glaz is here
it's
as well.
Glaz. So Glaz is like the granddaddy of the speed run. Basically, he was the biggest KOTOR runner, and he still kind of is too. Like, people still watch him for his KOTOR speed runs. I still do too, whenever he goes live. And he's my main competitor for the KOTOR 2 record.
Yeah, if it weren't for Glasnock, honestly, none of this would be not happening at all. Like, all of this KOTOR stuff. We'd still be in the Dark Ages, long, long ago.
Oh, yeah.
Fair enough. Talking about the run, as Glass says, a new glitch we just saw right there is the soft buffer. It's where we're still doing the save buffer to push forward a conversation, but instead we're casting a force power at the end of it, which causes you to briefly go into combat for a frame. And in this game, many conversations don't work when you're in combat, so they just end immediately. And so it's an even faster way of skipping conversations and cutscenes.
Oh man, look at that. 30's taking the long route, not going for the far left side.
I mean, that saves like, what, like 0.1 seconds?
Yeah, I know, it's still so funny.
I didn't know there was actually a shorter way of doing that.
You.
Oh, we only worked that out because Glass was asking one time, so I got the map tracer out, and like...
Nice. So we meet Juhani there. Because we have 21 persuade points, we just take the easy way out of that conversation.
Mm-hmm. We don't even fight her, actually. We skip the part where she attacks us, and we just talk to her. You know, it's good old pacifist run.
Mostly.
Gianni's, in my opinion, the best companion in this run. Breaks through every single door for us.
Which you'll see a little later on.
So here we're abusing the mass transit system some more, by just teleporting immediately back.
Also, just in case you were not caught up to speed, we picked Jedi Guardian, which allows us to do these jumps from really far away to enemies. We just have to make sure we're holding a lightsaber.
Yeah, so there's 3 Jedi classes. There's Sentinel and there's Counselor, yeah. But we choose Guardian because of the Force jumps.
Also, they just have, like, broken stats. They hit like a truck.
There's a little cutscene that's there, but because we walked on the right-hand side, there's just not a trigger for it there.
Yeah, no, that cutscene in particular isn't, like, really stretched far out enough, so we can just walk around it.
Don't forget to loot Nemo. Alright.
Yep. I always loot Nemo.
Oh, no door
okay.
clip?
Yeah, 30's doing the old strats here that doesn't use a door clip, which, you know, that's his prerogative. I don't agree with it, you know. But we're not about to get political here.
The reason I don't do it is because, like, if you miss it once, you lose, like, 45 seconds.
Yeah, that's why you just don't miss it.
Couch. Thanks for the raid.
I don't know, I'm just teasing.
I'm
There's also
using...
an optional cutscene skip there that he didn't do. That one's actually, you know, with some practice, it's pretty nifty.
Yes. I'm here.
Also, I do a, once again, we do AMG, but this time we use force power to skip that cutscene.
What can I do? What?
Yeah, it's a soft AMG, works just like the soft buffer, because you're briefly going into combat, the dialogue breaks.
Yep. Hey, Couch. Thanks again for the raid.
Use the mass transit system to teleport back to the Enclave. And with that, we just have one council conversation and the Dantooine's done.
I think now might be a good time for a donation or two if we have any.
Yeah.
I haven't had any come in, but you may have noticed that in chat I put in the take this command. This is Speedrun Ragnarok, held by the RPG Valkyries, which, thank you RPG Valkyries for holding this marathon. They're an inclusive group of female and female-leaning speedrunners who all love and run RPGs. If you want to join their Discord, then you can click that link to join the Discord, and this marathon is being held to benefit Take This, and they are a mental health nonprofit organization, and their main mission is to inform the gaming community about mental health issues, provide education on different disorders and prevention techniques, as well as reduce the overall stigma around mental illness. If we do hit that $10,000 donation goal, we'll be able to fund an AFK room as well as save Dr. B's glorious beard. But the biggest part about that is the AFK room itself. The AFK rooms are amazing. If you do get a chance to go to a convention where Take This is helping out, definitely do visit one of their AFK rooms.
Alright. So just to catch us up a bit, after leaving Dantooine, he did 2 map cutscene skips. So that's again, we have used the mass transit system to return to Ebenhawk to skip a cutscene. And so that way we were able to basically fly to Manon without having to watch any of the expositional cutscenes. Once he got to Manon, he skipped some security procedures. And here we're going to go talk about Port Authority. And do you go in for free or do you pay the authority?
Nope, I go in for free.
Don't forget for good luck, talk to Joy.
Oh, he did
Oh, no good luck. Oh, man, what a shame.
No Bob strats.
Obey the laws. Here I'm a non-human.
If you're really fast, you can talk to that droid that was in the corner, and that's what he says, and it won't lose you any time.
Well, actually, Will, it wasn't blessed by Slingo. The Duros did not speak.
Yeah, rep.
Welcome to. Have you met?
So this Republican commander is like, oh, okay, yeah, I think we can just, let you in here. Oh, sure, you're gonna just go interrogate our guys? That's fine. And instead, we just walk right into the back and just teleport right past the door.
Yeah, we clip through the door to get to the end game portion of this planet. Again, abusing that mass transit system. It's so broken in this game. And Juhani clipped right through.
Easiest clip in the game.
Oh, hey there, Milwaukee.
Thanks, Emawaka.
So yeah, and now we're just gonna sprint through Record Station to try and get out to the soup boy. So we're gonna do another really fun glitch.
I'm getting pounded by Cellcath.
Yeah, Cellcath here can be quite mean, especially if you get very unlucky and are stunned. But looks like 30, everything's coming together for him.
The number of times I've died here from not using that safety medkit though.
Alright, so here's the first event of some of the newest tech that has been named Fastlane. Yep, that's me. And so how it works is we load an old save while an AMG is active, and then activate a mass transit in that old save, then load back into the quick save that we made. This allows us to return to the Ebenhawk in places we're not supposed to be allowed to. So he did that, used the disguise that we saved from Taris to overwrite the scuba suits. and allow us to walk around on the seafloor without a scuba suit.
Saves a lot of time.
Now, since we're underwater, though, we can't use any of our force powers. So instead, what we do is we use the sonic emitter that we pulled up earlier. And you're going to notice now that we're able to do it really fast by just pulling up our inventory, hitting enter, and then closing our inventory, which makes all of these sharks really easy.
So theoretically, if you're standing at the bottom of the ocean like that, you should be crushed by the pressure. But you know, we're Jedi, so why does it matter? And it looks like he's starting to get some small save teleports there, just a little bit. So that's going to come in handy soon.
And we're going to do that fast lane just one more time.
So again, he goes back to the Ebon Hawk, takes off the scuba suit by abusing the disguise system. And yeah, it's funny, the Sith armor, which is usually no big deal, we used to grab it in the run for fun. It's now actually very important to making this run work.
So typically we're supposed to choose whether or not we kill the beast or if we just go past it, but instead we can just save teleport past it and nothing happens.
Yep, we skip the mother Firaxan shark, so we're saving the mama, which is good. This is a very animal-safe run. No animals die, really.
And the Kolto stays protected, so, you know, that's going to be used to help heal people.
Yeah, everybody wins. So we do one more fast lane to return to the Ebon Hawk. And Manon is done, and we're only 30 minutes into the game.
We're going to do another map CS here. And we don't want any of these geese cut.
No. If you run into that cutscene there, you don't skip it. You get a bunch of Gizka on your ship. So this is gonna be my first save and quit for this run, so that the game doesn't crash to memory leaks.
Yeah. So the quick save feature in this game, as well as just the regular save feature, there's a small minor memory leak. Anybody that has a lot of experience with, like, you know, C developmental coding will know all about memory leaks. But it gets exponentially worse the larger the save file is. And if the memory leak causes the used memory of the game to go over generally around 1.5 gigabytes, the game will just brick, and the save will be corrupted.
Yeah, which means run would be over, and we don't want that to happen. Even though I'm making a bunch of manual saves for fast lane stuff, we still don't want it.
Yeah, also just something to note, the manual saves in this run have to be made during the run in order to be valid. We don't allow saves to be made ahead of time.
Yeah.
30 has done, so we're all set there. Alright, so we're going to do some running here. If there's any other donations or things that need to be said, you know, now's a good time.
Haven't had any donations come in, but do keep in mind, we still have those bid wars for the Pokemon games that are coming up available for you to donate for. We have the trainer being Space for Ren in Let's Go, the rival in Let's Go being Diamond Dog, with your ad here trailing behind by $1, so you can definitely swing that into being your ad here. The EV being Nikos, and the Starmie being Leggies for Let's Go. So if you want to get your own name in for any of those bid wars for Pokemon Let's Go, definitely get your donations in.
So what I did there was I saved teleported over a trigger that prevents me from going into this area early. And
now he's doing more save teleports to basically clear the desert all the way to the Crate Dragon Cave. Usually in the vanilla route, you have to kill the Crate Dragon of Explosions, but we are animal friendly here in the KOTOR speedrun community, so Severus can walk around him after gently coercing him to move towards some.
I'm here.
That is a bit of an exaggeration that Shoal has put in chat there. It's not 90%.
Oh,
It's like
whoops.
85.
I quick load on accident, but it's fine.
Ooh, that could have been really bad.
Yeah.
That's a big danger.
Yeah,
Accidentally
but
clicking.
the good thing is that the save was like really close
I'm here.
to where I needed to go anyway, so I was trying to AMG, but there we go. That's better. Okay.
There was an MMO called Star Wars: The Old Republic that came out after.
Yes, it was supposed to be a sequel for the second game.
What can I do?
Yeah, SWATOR. Yeah.
So yeah, we just put our hand out and say, no, don't come any farther, and the dragon just stops.
Yeah, the KOTOR uses the same engine as Neverwinter Nights, with just some other adjustments. Oh, did you load the wrong save?
Yeah, it's fine though. I'll just quickly fix that. Load.
Yeah.
There we go.
They did it that way.
I did pick up the belt, right? Okay, yeah, I did. Do not want to forget that. Okay, there we go. Now we're done with Tatooine.
Yeah, just a bit of a hiccup on Tatooine. It's no biggie. We're still on pretty good pace.
We did get some good equipment here, though, so we're gonna go ahead and equip it.
Okay,
Oh,
purple
thank goodness,
percent.
purple percent.
Purple Saver is a long tradition. If you actually go all the way back on Speedruns Live, like to the, not Speedruns Live, what am I saying? Like Speed Demos Archive, and go find the very first KOTOR run ever, that runner, in their 3.5 hour run, used a purple lightsaber, and pretty much most runs have been that way ever since. So yeah, ancient traditions. So here 30 is going to go ahead and just continue on to Korben. Some of the other runners do an optional strat here where we do a variable manipulation. You can check that out in some of the other streams if you're interested.
And this is the last shop that we do for the game. So we're just going to sell off all of our extra stuff, and then we're going to buy a bunch of stems, and then we're going to buy a bunch of med packs, and call it a day.
Buy basically everything we need for the game. Oh, you still buy all the stems? I stopped buying some of the extra ones.
Yeah, I still buy.
Safety, man, safety.
That's fair.
I still buy like some of the extra ones just in case.
So you start seeing a lot more use of save teleports here. Because of the size of our save file, we can get much more distance out of them.
You want neither. You want neither.
34231.
Is there some?
Alright, so usually in the base game, we have to go through this whole process where we do these Sith trials, and we, like, learn how to, you know, be a bad guy, and we do all the stuff and press the person to get brought to the final tomb we need to go to. We don't need to do any of that. Screw that. You know, we're just gonna go ahead and head straight to the final area, and we're just gonna clip through the door.
Yep, that's easy as 1, 2, 3.
See, we really don't want to be dark sides, so we don't even listen to the Sith. We're not dealing at all with them.
We walk past Brandon, you know, who needs him?
You know, maybe they're nice guys. You know, they didn't really bother us.
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, like...
At least the guys in court. Malik's kind of mean, though.
Oh, you're really going for these save teleports. Dang.
Yep. Okay. So now we're at the tomb of Nagasado, which that's happens to be where the star map is. But we can't get in through this door normally, so we have to clip in through the wall.
I mean, our name is Darth Revan, so they may have just given us a pass.
Yeah, it's however you need to satisfy it lore-wise.
Might have been the wrong angle.
Yeah, that angle seemed a bit too far off from the door.
Yeah, it was.
Usually if you face the door more, it goes better.
Really, I actually take like a complete perpendicular on it.
I don't know, everybody does it differently. These strats are kind of newer, so, you know.
Ready.
Yes. I'm here.
Dang. This one's a bit tricky. Probably the hardest one in the game, in my opinion.
Ready.
Yes. I'm
Come
here.
on.
Yeah, like, I basically am looking at the door when I do it, just, like, only off by a little bit.
Alright, I'll just look at
I'm
the door
completely
then.
not looking at the door when I do it.
Well, we're really helping here, aren't we?
Like, for me, like, the place you're stopping at is exactly where I stop at. It's
There
just
we
that I
go.
look
Got it.
directly towards the side. Cool,
There it
alright.
goes.
There's a lot of different ways of thought on that. As long as it works.
Yeah. Good old Juhani flipped us right through the door.
So what's really nice is that there's a little cutscene there, and so even though our other characters were on the other side of that door, they just teleport to where the cutscene was supposed to be, but we still skip it because of our soft button.
So we just looted that skeleton there to get the best lightsaber crystal in the game. Well, like, second best. And we're going to be using that for the final fight.
And bye, Korriban.
Well, I mean, like, if you count, like, the Mantle of the Force and the Heart of the Guardian and Shoal, I don't know. I guess they're technically color crystals, but...
Vassal wanted to talk to me there about our visions. That's always nice of her to do that.
It doesn't even make sense. I've never seen a single dream in this game.
It's the Leviathan.
And so, just another cutscene skip here.
They actually don't have all of the Ebon Hawk in place here, so you can actually look out into just direct space.
So, even though we choose to bring Candaris with us, it doesn't really make a difference, because before we ever get swapped to him, we just break the cutscene and break ourselves out of prison while they're watching us. Better call Saul.
And I will save and quit the game here again because safety reasons.
So now, personally for me, this is the most painful spot of the entire run, just because the party just does not like to cooperate with where you're running.
Yeah, no, they never like to cooperate.
Do you do the no Bastila strats, Chaos? Or do you take them both?
Oh, I do the no Bastila strats now. I was so happy whenever I learned that. Basically, whenever you were to get Candaris beforehand, you can actually break out of that cutscene, make Karth a party member while you're talking to him, so there's two Karths standing there, and whenever you were to load into this, the game kind of gets confused and just assumes that you're supposed to only have Karth, because that's what your party is currently set to. And now we're going to do...
After AMPing the computer terminal.
We're going to do another flu here. This is that way we can pick up Master Crit Strike and Master Force Speed at level 16 and get us to 20 Strength, which is pretty good.
Also, 30, do you like duration glitch Master Valor? Or
I do duration glitch it, yeah.
so are you gonna show off the cutscene, Danny?
Yeah, I'll show off the cutscene. It's like
Well,
only
he's not
10
wearing the
seconds.
Sith armor right now. Does it still work if he just
He
equips
needs
it?
to have it on when he goes to. Malik.
I'm just gonna equip
Got
it. Okay. Okay.
So I know that, like, our name is Darth Revan, but we're all, of course, curious. Who really was Darth Revan? Because we're not Darth Revan. We're talking about the old Darth Revan. You know, the guy who wears the mask.
Nobody
So that's
cared
what
who
matters.
necessarily put on the mask.
Yeah, we just named ourselves Darth Revan for some reason.
Yeah, I think that's what that's all about.
Yes? What?
Oh, come
Who
on,
was
y'all.
old Darth Revan?
Yeah, so this is like the worst part about Leviathan is that Karth and Vassal will just kind of do their own thing here.
Yeah, the party member, like AI updates on heartbeat, which means like every 6 seconds, which is a lot longer than it sounds.
Done.
You're not intentionally supposed to get into the bridge this way, but since we did flu earlier, we can just break into the bridge early.
Yes? I'm here.
Ooh, the Blastula strats. I love that one.
I'm here.
Yeah, it's mostly a safety strat so that Karth and Vassal aren't too far away from the door, because you have to get them like really close enough to the door to make it to load the previous room you were just in. I hope this didn't soft lock the game. Okay, it did not.
That was the Saul skip. It's one of the more dangerous ones because that cutscene has a lot of stuff that happens with it. See, he actually spawned a trooper, it looks like, which that doesn't always happen. Oh, that just one that got pulled out of the main room.
And Karth and Vassal didn't even move at all. Wow.
Nice. That's exactly what you want to happen.
Beautiful. See, Saul's a nice guy too. He understands what's going on.
But the only weird thing is, if we left Saul in the prison block, where did he come from?
Uh-oh. He has teleportation devices.
He took the back way. He took the secret door.
He just walked up the stairs while we took the elevator. Like, he won't talk to us because he's out of breath.
Yes?
God dang it. I don't like this cutscene. Like, that cutscene's like really difficult to avoid.
Yeah, usually I have better luck if I like delay my soft buffer a bit on it and like try and break it like a second after fade in. Not like a second, but like a little bit after the break in. Fade in.
Okay, here's the cutscene.
So who is Revan? Any bets? Any guesses in chat?
I have no idea who Darth Revan is. I've never known.
You're on for a treat on this one. Okay, take a look at this.
In before it doesn't work.
I'm gonna lose my mind if this doesn't work.
It should work. You know, usually it works better.
He's no one!
Who was Revan?
Look at that,
Revan
guys.
was a ghost.
He's a ghost,
Revan
guys.
I think Revan was the friends that we made along the way.
So it's worth kind of bringing up here. Lane brought up this variable manipulation thing earlier, and this is kind of the place where it comes in pretty important. Basically, we could skip the entire Malik fight here and that cutscene because of this crazy manipulation that him and Glaz figured out.
Oh, God, I got it. I thought I was gonna
Oh yeah,
miss
this
it.
is you get to do doorstop in this version. That is a glitch I miss. So what he did is he quickly did default action on Malik before he closed the door. So this kept our spin. And that way also our party members are still stunned. And they're never gonna become unstunned. Is it over, Malik?
You two get out
Right.
of here.
Get our
Find the
lightsaber back.
starboard.
Oh, so you would spawn a new lightsaber if you took it away. That's
And
what I was
Bastila died. Amazing.
saying. Oh, nice. So yeah, that's the story right there. We just marched in, Bastila gets killed, and that's the end. The
Rip
Republic is doomed.
Rip Bastila. Jar Jar Binks is Darth Revan.
So this is the one and only fighter encounter in the game, really, and it is really painful sometimes. Sometimes you can get really good on it if you get a really good start, but other times you're just going to be stuck, trying to find the last fighter.
Well, the thing about fighters in this game is they always follow the same pattern, so it's a good practice. It's not that bad. So we're on to our final planet. Well, actually, our final main series planet, like before the end game. Kashyyyk, the home of the Wookiees.
And if you just notice, Karth is still frozen, so that's always real funny.
Kashyyyk used to be one of the most difficult planets in this run. Now it is pretty darn nice. Oh wow, another Risa? That was...
Yeah, because I take advantage of save teleports here.
You going for 4? Like do another on Lahan for the door clip there? Or...
I'm not gonna save and quit on Lahan at all.
Really? Okay.
Nope.
Hold here.
Yeah.
The old man trying to tell him where you can and can't go.
Yeah.
Man, I do not miss Kinrath Skip at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, though you always felt like a god whenever you got it.
Yeah, so there was like an older trick in an older route for this called Kinrath Skip. And it was one of the most difficult, like, save teleports to do in the run. Because if you missed the save teleport, then you had to fight them, and it wastes a bunch of time.
So we're clearing across the Great Walkway, and we're going to make our way into the lower Shadowlands.
Also, I'm gonna do a trick called Katarn Skip, or I'm gonna attempt it. And it prevents these groups of enemies from spawning. Nope, didn't get it. That's okay.
Yeah, I looked a bit early.
Tisk.
Yeah, I did a bit early. I'm still, like, trying to figure out where, like, the visual cue is for that.
It's halfway between the vine and attack that spawns there.
Okay, that's an easy way of knowing. I use an AMG there to skip Jolie fighting these Katarns, but we're gonna come back for him.
He actually has a complete one-shot ability, so
Just right now.
we have a for right now. But we have we have a randomizer that Lane helped create.
Yeah.
And anytime that you just wind up here at a really low level, it's fantastic because you can just move mobs over to him, and he'll take care of it for you.
So he's gonna have the insta kill attribute until we talk to him. Then he will stop insta killing things, and we'll be very sad because it'd be so nice if he did.
Once again, we're doing a pacifist run here, obviously. So, and I mean, ignore the tax. But basically, what we did there was we turned off the sonic emitters, and there's supposed to be this big, huge monster that appears, but we buffered right past that, so we don't have to worry about that, and everyone stays alive.
Yep, good old Torrent attack.
I mean, in the base game, it's never explicitly stated whether or not the Berserker guys survive. So they could have lived.
Do I happen to have time for a quick donation?
Yes.
We have $5 from Leggy Starscream that says Sonny said he could make Wookiee noises. I want to test that theory. Well, Leggy, here you go.
Ow.
That was great.
Solid.
I am unbelievably impressed right now.
That was amazing.
I'm here.
Thank you very much.
I'm here.
No problem. Oh.
Yeah. Hey, you get the
Dang.
extra light side points.
Yeah, oh well. I never had that happen before.
Did you just Kinrath skip? Oh no,
No.
okay, never mind, you didn't.
Nope. Failed
Accidentally.
it.
I mean, I still accidentally Kinrath skip from time to time.
Oh, hold on.
So we're gonna do another fast lane here. This is how we get to avoid doing another fight and avoid having to worry about the Kinrath.
Light on.
Alright, and that's Kashik. Now we're off to the end of the game now. Oh, almost anyway.
Yeah, we have another planet known as. This game calls it the Starforge system or the Unknown World. Sweator calls it Rakata Prime. The Darth Bane trilogy calls it Lahan. It's the Rakadan homeworld.
Oh,
So
sweet,
all
I
those
got
things are
this.
valid.
Got this glitch, so... Come on.
Oh, you accidentally menu glitched it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna...
You have to click the close button, or oh, okay.
Yeah. It's fine. Oh yeah, I have to get the, fast lane again. Ugh. It's fine, though. I'm still kinda learning that one.
Light on. Active.
So wait, I'm confused because I don't even know that there was a glitch that came in there. I assumed that we were just gonna do the fighter encounter.
Oh, you can skip the fighter encounter by returning to Ebonhawk.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Just you have to AMG it, right?
Yeah. Yeah, the thing is, when after AMGing it, you have to hit all the
Oh.
4 seconds.
I didn't AMG it, I forgot to.
It's fine. Just fight the fighters. You hit all the 4-second time, then you have to click the map button. If you miss the map button, you have to close and fight with it again. Otherwise, you'll get stuck. And use the map.
Alright, that was okay though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's faster to get the fighters now because you don't have to walk out of the Ebonhawk.
So for Lahan, do you do the fast lane strat?
Yes, I do the fast lane strats.
Oh. Yeah, these are new and fun.
I might save and quit the game on Starforge just for safety. Well, maybe I don't even have to anymore. I kind of quit the game earlier, so...
Do you have your task manager up?
No, I mean, I normally don't have Task Manager up when I'm doing runs like this.
Save the Giska, nice.
Yep, we saved all the animals in this run, guys.
Unless you count Malik as an animal. But...
So, just so it's clear, basically we got crash landed onto the planet and we needed to get a part in order to get back off of it. So we just ran over there, picked up the part, and now instead of going and talking to the Rakatans, we're just going to go right past their door.
Yep, we skipped a bunch of stuff by doing this clip.
And now we're gonna do it again.
This one's harder because the angle is again more towards the door, and also we have to use a fast lane for it, and we also have to survive.
Once again, I don't look at all towards the door.
Nobody can agree how to do the tech.
Yeah, I do this one exactly like I do the Manon one, and it works out pretty fine.
What?
Yes.
No.
I mean, Will, have you heard the sound that tech make?
Your wish?
Okay, got through. That's the last store clip of the run, too. I'm gonna wait for those droids to go away. And now we're off to get into the top of the temple.
So essentially what we need to do here is we need to move the other characters, so that way they're close enough to the coordinates of that. The game doesn't care about your up and down, your Z coordinate, so as long as we're just close enough on the X and Y plane, then it'll just let us go right in.
Your wish?
Yeah.
And we're in.
Actually, one thing to note, the way this game's engine works, it actually would be the X and Z plane, and it doesn't care about the Y coordinate, which is unbelievably stupid, but...
Just when I thought I was right about something.
And we entirely skipped that Bastila fight.
Yeah, so we do another AMG, skip that fight, it's great. And now we go turn off the thing that pulls all the ships towards this planet, so that way now we can take off and leave. And we'll do another fast lane here.
And our last fast lane of the run.
Yes, I'm here.
And there we go, we're in.
I would just like to add, rest in peace, Moobot.
So there we were able to just enter in with Canderous because there's so many other party members there. The game kind of just assumes there's 3 people next to it, even though Juhani and Darth Revan got teleported to a completely different area.
The Republic fleet.
And we just saved 2.5 minutes from skipping this cutscene.
They already made the Force be with you. You can do this.
Thanks, dude. So this is the last place of the run. This is the Star Forge. First, I'm gonna save and quit the game one more time for safety. And there we go. This off to the Star Forge. We basically use like all the tricks we used in the run. We use them all here. I'm gonna use, this is the last soft buffer I do because all the other buffers we do on Starforge have to all be hard buffers.
So here's a kind of a weird spot. So the thing with Kodor is that like pretty much the game will always find some way how to, wow, that was really fast, to get you past things. And so we just call that parting the Red Sea, where we get past these 2 red droids.
Parting the Red Sea is an old saying. God, I remember that way back in the day.
That's really ironic because Chaos works as a pirate and he says Red Sea.
Arrgh, the Red Sea, we purchase. I don't know where it is.
Yeah. So the run's gonna be winding down pretty soon here. Just a few more decks filled with enemies to get.
Oh, there we go. I just skipped the cutscene with the quick load. Nice.
Whoa!
Wow.
Speaking of retro, God, quick load buff, hard buffers. That's like, ooh.
I was
done
just
that since,
super
like, what year is
lucky.
it, 2013. That maybe was an ND skip.
I don't think so. Yeah, so there's a skip here where you can avoid spawning like all these Sith that are about to come up and attack me. However, it's pretty precise. Yeah, no, I didn't get it. The spawn there's actually 2 separate spawn triggers. There's one over there which I was trying to skip, and then the other one's over here, which is not really as difficult as like the other one, but it's still pretty difficult.
It's also worth noting that we just walk right past Malik because we don't feel ready enough yet. He's just standing there, not doing anything, and we're just gonna walk right. We want a more climactic conclusion to this game.
Yeah, blink and you'll miss him, but he's there.
And we call this area Hallway of Doom because the Jedi, or the Sith here, can troll us really, really badly here.
In the run.
by like
I thought it was the hallway of pain. I mean,
hallway
I
of
guess
pain,
Doom
hallway of doom. Doesn't matter, dude.
Can we just start
I'm
calling it
quitting.
the hallway?
The hallway.
Hallway. What?
The hallway. That's a great name. So yeah, like about that hallway, that the Sith there could use Force Slow, which will slow you down.
They also have some of them have Plague, which can reduce your stats and make you have to pay an extra computer spike.
Yeah, and it's not fun.
Time for
Not
the
a fun.
old final boss.
I'm gonna save the game here in case the game crashes.
We used to call this fight here the real final boss because it was very difficult, and then I found out about this open buffer that we can do here, where you don't actually skip the conversation, but you just move the player into range, where it breaks their AI and they'll only attack you one at a time.
Hopefully the game doesn't crash here.
I think you should be fine.
Are you fighting Bastila or are you doing triple skip?
I'm gonna do Bastila. Like, I'm gonna use AMG, obviously, but...
Oh, yeah, the first round, yeah. But...
Yeah. I do have enough force points. There is a backup if you don't have enough force points here. You can just use the sonic emitter we got from earlier, because it's still in our inventory.
You
Alright.
do AMG on the quick save.
I see now.
Didn't get the face yet.
You shall fall.
And yes, I did.
I usually do those quick saves.
I would just do all my quick loads.
Yeah, I think you're the only one that does that.
Look, I'm slow, okay?
Okay.
What are you, second
Okay.
place?
No, I'm fourth.
Come on. Where's my mouse cursor? Oh.
Oh yeah,
there.
Green Squadron is a rough skip. Because your mouse is invisible.
Okay. Perfect. Got it. Yeah, you taking that long to do it is actually probably as fast as just watching the cutscene, to be honest.
So we're gonna do another AMG here, so that way we can just skip some of the Malik moving away, and that way we don't have to fight any of these turrets or droids.
Yeah,
We used to do.
Good.
We used to do some really funky stuff with just switching characters right next to Malik, but this is way easier.
Alright, we're on to final boss here. Things are looking good.
You do have Drain Life, right? I don't remember seeing you level.
No,
He's using
I...
Joey.
Oh, got it. I mean, that is this character's name. I don't know what it has to do with anything, though.
Good first phase. So, Malik has 2 phases. I just got done with the first phase.
Yeah, so the second phase is every time you'll kill him, he'll try and heal himself using one of these Jedi popsicles, we like to call them. But our solution to that is we just take all the Jedi popsicles ourselves using Jolie. Because Jolie has disabled droid, so we can use that on all of the tanks. Which is going to allow us to basically wrap everything up a lot faster.
So, timing is coming up pretty soon. Just a heads up.
We used to use Drain Life on these tanks, which we always joke look like orange juice. We call them the orange popsicles. That's not really a thing anymore, unfortunately.
Definitely the saddest change to the run, in my opinion. But this is definitely way faster.
This is like the same run as last night. Like, I'm not kidding. This is like the same pace.
Looking like it's lining up pretty close. Malik's not dead yet, which is good.
The irony of saying
Connie's probably dead though. Ah, there she goes. Alright, we're almost there.
Come on, Malik.
You need more force speed, don't you?
Might I be able to get a donation in real quick
Go for
before?
it.
Alright, so we have a $10
Done.
donation from Tokuhiro.
There's time.
GG's. $10 donation from Tokuhiro that says, "Ah yes, the Old Republic, where the Sith practiced heated negotiation and persuasion, and the Jedi solved problems with escalated aggression." Wait, something about that doesn't seem right.
Oh yeah. So accurate. And
Thanks,
that's the game,
guys.
that's KOTOR.
That's Knights of the Old Republic, any percent.
It's a super fun run, very accessible. I recommend it definitely to anyone. You can find our community Discord in the sidebar of speedrun.com/KOTOR1. You know, well, we're welcome to have people, viewers and runners alike, you know, join and hang out. And I hate to duck out something, guys, but I need to actually leave right now. I have classes to get to. So thanks for having me, everybody. You know, be sure to donate. Bye.
Well,
Have a
thanks.
nice day, Lane.
Thanks, Lane.
There's no time to celebrate.
Also, that was actually a second place run, by the
Yeah,
way.
you beat me and Glaz's run.
Bombardment range.
Yeah, that was really good. I got a 101.58 for in-game time.
Just short of sub-hour.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah, you can just play in the cutscene.
Everyone's hold
Yeah,
back.
I'm here.
I don't want to lose any ships when that space station goes down. We did it, man. The Sith are routed and the Star Forge destroyed.
But at what cost, Admiral?
Yeah, you can just kind of play around in the cutscene if you don't caps lock, like free look around in this cutscene. And also, you can play in the end credits scene too. So that's cool. But there's mission right here, and we got T3, but we didn't pick any of them up during our run. So, how are they here? I don't know. Anyway,
Also, everyone's just cardboard. If you look at the crowd.
yeah, there's like, they're like kind of fake people. They're not actually NPCs. I'm sure there were a lot of these NPCs on the map. You know, they weren't like 2D cutouts. The game would probably crash because there's just so many NPCs. But anyway, that's my KOTOR 1 run. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for having us. Thanks to RPG Valkyries for accepting my run too, getting a chance to show this off. Take care, guys.
Yeah, GG's to 30, and be sure to stay tuned. Up next, we have Super Mario World by some guy that was hosting. I don't know him. So stay tuned. It's going to be a